When it comes to acne and blackheads, most people immediately think of them as surface problems, something that just appears out of nowhere, ready to be scrubbed, popped, or covered up. But the truth is, these little spots start much deeper than what we see in the mirror. They're the result of a process that begins quietly inside the pores long before anything becomes visible on the surface. Understanding that process is what separates a quick fix from true, lasting improvement. Deep within the pores, our skin is constantly at work, shedding old cells, producing oil to stay moisturized, and protecting itself from environmental stress. When everything stays balanced, the skin looks clear and healthy. But when that balance tips, when oil production ramps up, or when dead skin cells don't shed properly, pores start to clog. Now, mix in bacteria, and you've got the perfect environment for acne and blackheads to form. It's not about being dirty, it's about the natural rhythm of the skin getting disrupted. Blackheads specifically are tiny plugs made up of oil and dead skin trapped inside the pore. When the surface of that plug is exposed to air, it oxidizes and turns dark. That's why they're black, not because there's dirt in the pore, but because of a chemical reaction with oxygen. This small detail changes how we should think about skincare. Instead of trying to clean out dirt, we should focus on keeping the pores open, balanced, and healthy so that buildup never gets the chance to harden or oxidize in the first place. The problem is, a lot of people approach acne and blackheads with frustration rather than understanding. They overwash, overexfoliate, or overuse harsh treatments, thinking more force means faster results. But skin doesn't respond to aggression, it responds to consistency and care. When you strip away too much oil, your skin tries to compensate by producing even more. That leads to a cycle of irritation, dryness, and more breakouts. It's like yelling at your skin when what it really needs is a conversation. Understanding the root cause also means realizing that not all acne and blackheads are created equal. For some, genetics play a big role. If oily skin runs in your family, your pores may naturally produce more sebum. For others, hormones, stress, and even the products they use every day can tip the balance. Makeup, sunscreen, and certain moisturizers labeled as hydrating can sometimes clog pores without you even noticing. That's why reading labels and choosing non-comedogenic products makes a world of difference. Then there's lifestyle. What you eat, how much you sleep, how you handle stress, these all show up on your skin. Diets high in processed sugar and dairy can trigger inflammation and oil production. Lack of sleep can affect hormone levels that regulate the skin's healing process. Even small daily habits, like touching your face frequently or not cleaning your phone screen, can introduce bacteria that find their way into pores. When you start to connect these dots, you realize that skincare isn't just what you apply, it's how you live. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's happening underneath, you gain control. You stop reacting to every new breakout with panic and start responding with purpose. Instead of seeing a blackhead as a flaw, you start seeing it as your skin communicating, a little signal saying, something's off. Let's fix it together. And that shift in mindset is powerful, because when you treat your skin with patience and respect, it listens. Think of it like a long-term relationship. You wouldn't expect trust or balance overnight. You have to listen, adjust, and stay consistent. The same goes for your skin. It rewards you when you stop trying to fight it and start working with it. Gentle cleansing, hydration, and the right targeted treatments don't just clear your pores, they build resilience. Over time, that resilience shows it's that natural, healthy glow that no product can fake. So when we talk about deep cleansing, it's not just about removing what's visible. It's about understanding what's invisible, the tiny changes beneath the surface that create lasting results. Once you see acne and blackheads for what they truly are, you stop treating the symptom and start treating the system. And that's when real transformation begins. Clear skin isn't about perfection, it's about balance. And balance starts with understanding. Preparation is the part most people skip. But it's also the step that determines whether your deep cleansing and blackhead removal will be smooth and effective or painful and damaging. Think of it like trying to clean a carpet without loosening the dirt first. You can scrub all you want, but unless the fibers are prepped and lifted, the deeper debris won't budge. Skin works the same way. Before you go in with any extraction or deep cleans, your skin needs time to soften, open up, and get ready for what's coming. The biggest mistake people make is jumping straight into squeezing or scrubbing. They think the quicker they start, the faster they'll see results. But when your pores are tight and your skin barrier isn't prepared, you're not helping, you're forcing. And forcing the skin to release blackheads before it's ready often causes redness, swelling, and even scarring. Preparation isn't just about being gentle, it's about being smart. It's setting the stage so your skin can cooperate instead of resist. The first step in proper preparation is cleansing, real cleansing, not just splashing your face with water. Start by removing surface impurities like sunscreen, makeup, and excess oil. Using a mild, non-stripping cleanser helps clear away what's sitting on top of the skin without damaging the barrier underneath. This is where a double cleanse can be powerful. Begin with an oil-based cleanser to dissolve buildup, then follow with a gentle water-based cleanser to wash everything away. The goal isn't to make your skin squeaky clean, it's to make it receptive. After cleansing, exfoliation becomes key. Not the harsh, gritty kind that tears at your skin, but gentle chemical exfoliation with ingredients like salicylic acid or lactic acid. These acids work below the surface to loosen dead skin cells and unclog the upper layer of the pores, making it easier for blackheads to release naturally. Think of it as giving your skin a head start before the extraction even begins. When dead cells and surface oil are removed properly, everything that follows becomes easier and safer. Then comes one of the most important and often misunderstood steps: steam or warm compresses. Warmth helps open pores and softens hardened sebum, the oily material trapped inside. You don't need professional equipment. A simple bowl of warm water and a towel can do wonders. Gently steaming your face for a few minutes allows the pores to relax, making extraction smoother and less painful. The key here is moderation. Too much heat can irritate or dehydrate the skin, so a few minutes is enough. The goal isn't to melt blackheads, it's to make your skin pliable and prepared. Another vital part of preparation is timing. Never attempt deep cleansing or extractions when your skin is irritated, sunburned, or breaking out with inflamed acne. Your skin needs to be in a calm state, not in defense mode. When the skin is already inflamed, even the gentlest techniques can worsen redness and cause more breakouts. Preparation also means knowing when as not to proceed. Sometimes waiting for your skin to settle down is the smartest move you can make. Hydration plays a surprisingly big role in this stage too. Well-hydrated skin is more flexible and less likely to tear or bruise during cleansing. Using a hydrating toner or mist before you begin can give the skin a little cushion, allowing your tools or even your fingertips to glide smoothly. Remember, hydrated skin heals faster and responds better to treatment. If your skin feels tight or dry before you start, that's your cue to stop and rehydrate before continuing. Clean hands and clean tools are the final, non-negotiable part of the preparation process. Bacteria are always looking for an entry point, and open pores make your skin more vulnerable. Disinfect your tools, wash your hands thoroughly, and make sure anything that touches your face is sanitized. This one simple step prevents the kind of post-extraction breakouts that so many people mistake for purging. What's really happening in those cases isn't detox, it's contamination. Preparation is as much about mindset as it is about steps. When you take time to slow down, you're telling your skin, I'm going to do this the right way. You're creating an environment of care instead of chaos. You're giving your skin permission to cooperate. And that small shift in energy makes all the difference, because when your skin feels respected, it responds beautifully. So before any deep cleans or blackhead removal, take those extra few minutes to prepare, cleanse gently, exfoliate wisely, warm the pores, hydrate the skin, and keep everything clean. That's the foundation of effective skincare. It's the quiet work behind the scenes that makes the real transformation possible. Preparation isn't an extra step, it's the difference between doing it and doing it right. When it comes to deep cleansing, people often imagine it as this complicated, harsh process where the skin has to go through pain to get results. But the truth is, real deep cleansing isn't about force, it's about rhythm. It's a process that works in harmony with the skin, layer by layer, helping it release what it no longer needs. Every step, from cleansing to treating, plays its part in restoring balance. The goal isn't to punish the skin, it's to guide it back to clarity. It all starts with the foundation, the first cleanse. This step removes what the day leaves behind: sweat, pollution, sunscreen, makeup, and excess oil. If that residue stays on the surface, nothing that follows will work properly. The first cleanse should always be gentle but thorough. Using an oil-based cleanser here works beautifully because it binds to oil and impurities, breaking them down without stripping the skin's natural moisture. Once that's rinsed away, the second cleanse, usually water-based, takes over to wash off the remaining residue and prepare the skin for deeper work. It's like opening the door so everything else can actually get inside and do its job. Next comes exfoliation, the quiet powerhouse of deep cleansing. This isn't about scrubbing until your skin feels raw, it's about removing buildup in a controlled, effective way. Chemical exfoliants like salicylic acid or glycolic acid dissolve the glue that holds dead skin cells together, allowing them to shed naturally. Physical exfoliants can work too, but they should be fine, grained and gentle, never abrasive. The goal is to clear away what's blocking your pores, not to damage the barrier that protects them. When done right, exfoliation gives your skin that smooth, clean texture that feels alive again. Then there's steaming, one of those steps that people either overdo or skip entirely. A little bit of warm steam helps soften the skin, loosening blackheads and making extractions easier. You don't need a fancy machine, even a warm towel pressed gently against the face can work wonders. But moderation is everything. Too much heat dries the skin and can trigger redness or broken capillaries. Just a few minutes of warmth is enough to make a noticeable difference. It's not about opening the pores wide, it's about coaxing them to relax. Once the pores are softened and the skin is prepped, the extraction process can begin, carefully and patiently. If you've done the earlier steps correctly, blackheads will start to release more easily. Using clean tools or gentle pressure from tissue, covered fingers can help, but there's one rule that always applies: if it doesn't come out easily, leave it. Forcing it will only cause trauma to the skin. Some blackheads need more time and consistent care before they're ready to be removed safely. Deep cleansing isn't a one-day event, it's a routine that evolves with your skin's needs. After extraction, a clarifying mask is one of the best ways to restore balance. Clay or charcoal masks work especially well here because they absorb leftover oil, calm irritation, and tighten the pores slightly. But just like with everything else, the mask shouldn't leave your skin feeling tight or dry. It should feel refreshed, like a reset button has been pressed. This is also a good time to use soothing ingredients like green tea, chamomile, or aloe vera to bring the skin back to a calm state. Finishing the process with hydration is non-negotiable. After deep cleansing, the skin can be more receptive but also more sensitive. Applying a lightweight moisturizer or serum with ingredients like hyaluronic acid helps replenish lost moisture and restore the protective barrier. Hydrated skin looks radiant, feels soft, and is less prone to overproducing oil, which means fewer breakouts in the long run. This step completes the cycle, sealing in the benefits of everything you've just done. The beauty of deep cleansing is that it teaches patience. You learn to read your skin when it needs a thorough cleanse, when it needs rest, and when it's telling you to ease off. You begin to understand that every product and every step has a purpose, and when they're used thoughtfully, your skin responds in kind. It becomes less about fixing flaws and more about maintaining balance. So deep cleansing isn't about attacking your pores or trying to scrub your way to perfect skin. It's about creating a steady rhythm. Cleanse, exfoliate, soften, extract, soothe, and hydrate. Each step builds on the one before it, working together to give your skin that healthy, natural glow that feels effortless. Because when you cleanse deeply but gently, your skin doesn't just look better. It feels alive, and that's where real beauty begins. This is the part where most people get a little too eager. The moment they see a blackhead, their fingers start to itch. And before they know it, they're in front of the mirror, squeezing, pressing, and poking at their skin. It's such a common impulse, wanting that instant satisfaction of seeing something come out. But that one quick squeeze can do more harm than you might realize. Safe extraction isn't about pressure, it's about patience. It's about understanding when and how to act, and when to simply let the skin heal on its own. The truth is, your pores aren't designed to be forced open by your nails. They don't pop out blackheads because of pressure. They respond to preparation. If your skin isn't softened, if your pores aren't ready, that pressure pushes bacteria deeper, inflames the surrounding tissue, and sometimes even ruptures the walls of the pore beneath the surface. That's how small blackheads can turn into painful cystic breakouts or leave scars that linger long after the blemish is gone. The goal of extraction should never be to force your skin into submission. It should be to gently guide it toward clarity. Before any extraction, your skin should be completely clean, your hands washed thoroughly, and your tools sterilized. A comedone extractor, for example, can be an incredibly effective instrument when used properly. But if it's dirty or used with too much pressure, it becomes more dangerous than helpful. The same goes for tweezers, cotton swabs, or even tissues. You're dealing with delicate living tissue that needs care and precision. Every pore is a tiny wound once opened, so treating it with respect is the key to keeping your skin healthy afterward. Technique matters too, gentle. Even pressure applied around the blackhead, not directly on top of it, is what helps coax it out without damaging the skin. If it doesn't release easily, that's your cue to stop. Trying to force out something that's not ready is like pulling a splinter from a wound that hasn't surfaced yet. You end up doing more harm than good. Sometimes the best action is to step away, treat the area with a mild exfoliant, and come back to it another day. Blackheads that resist removal are often buried too deep to safely extract at home, and that's when professional help becomes the best option. Professional extractions may seem unnecessary to some, but there's a reason dermatologists and licensed estheticians use specific techniques and tools under controlled conditions. They know how to apply the right pressure at the right angle with sterile instruments. They can see your skin up close under proper lighting and magnification, ensuring nothing is damaged in the process. This isn't to say you can't care for your own skin, but knowing when to hand it over to a professional is part of practicing safe extraction. After the extraction, what happens next is just as important as the removal itself. The skin is temporarily vulnerable, the pores are open, the barrier slightly weakened. That's when bacteria, dirt, or oil can easily find their way back in. Applying a calming antibacterial solution, something with salicylic acid, witch hazel, or benzoyl peroxide in low concentrations, helps disinfect and prevent new breakouts from forming. Following that with a soothing, hydrating product ensures the skin stays balanced rather than reactive. Neglecting this post-care step can undo all your careful work. It's also worth mentioning that not every bump or clogged pore needs to be extracted. Some people get caught in the cycle of over-extraction, constantly trying to clear every little imperfection. But the skin isn't meant to be perfectly smooth all the time. Some oil, some texture, that's normal. Trying to strip away every trace of it can lead to irritation, enlarged pores, and even more blackheads in the long run. The healthiest skin isn't the one that's been squeezed clean, it's the one that's balanced, calm, and resilient. There's also a mental side to extractions that people don't talk about enough. For many, picking at the skin becomes a habit, a response to stress or anxiety. It can feel momentarily satisfying, but it often leaves behind regret and damage. Learning to resist that urge takes self-control, but it's one of the most transformative changes you can make for your skin. When you stop treating extraction as a quick fix and start treating it as part of a larger, mindful process, everything changes. You go from reacting to caring, and that shift shows in the mirror. Safe extraction isn't about what you can remove, it's about what you can preserve, your skin's health, your confidence, your patience. It's about knowing when to act and when to let go. Because the real secret to beautiful skin isn't in how much you take out, but in how much you protect what's already there. After a deep cleanse or extraction, your skin is in one of its most vulnerable states. It's just gone through a process of release. Old oil, debris, and buildup have been cleared away, and while that's a good thing, it also means the protective barrier is slightly weakened. This is the moment where care and caution matter most. Post-extraction care isn't just an afterthought. It's the phase that determines whether your skin heals beautifully or struggles with irritation, redness, and new breakouts. The real magic happens not during the extraction, but in the recovery that follows. When you've just finished removing blackheads or deep cleansing, the first thing your skin needs is calm. Think of it like what happens after an intense workout. You don't just stop and walk away. You stretch, rehydrate, and allow your body to recover. Your skin needs the same gentle attention. Start by soothing it with something that reduces inflammation and supports healing. Cold compresses or a cool rinse help bring down redness and tighten the pores naturally. Follow that with a calming product containing ingredients like aloe vera, Centella asiatica, or green tea extract. These help reduce irritation and signal to your skin that it's safe to relax. At this stage, the worst thing you can do is reach for harsh or active ingredients. Skip anything that contains alcohol, strong acids, or fragrances. The barrier is open, and those ingredients can sting, burn, or cause more harm than good. Instead, think hydration and protection. A lightweight, non-comedogenic moisturizer helps lock in water and rebuild the lipid barrier your skin needs to stay resilient. Even oily or acne-prone skin benefits from hydration. When your skin feels dry or stripped, it overcompensates by producing more oil, leading to a new round of clogged pores. So moisturizing isn't optional, it's essential. Another critical part of post-extraction care is cleanliness. After cleansing or extractions, your pores are temporarily exposed. Touching your face or applying heavy makeup right away can introduce bacteria and undo your progress. It's best to give your skin some breathing room for at least a few hours, ideally the rest of the day. If you need to apply makeup, use clean brushes and lightweight, non-comedogenic formulas that won't block the pores you've just cleared. The skin is trying to heal and reset. Help it by keeping the environment as clean and calm as possible. Sunscreen becomes your best friend during this stage. Many people underestimate how sensitive freshly cleansed or exfoliated skin can be to sunlight. UV exposure can cause hyperpigmentation, especially on areas where extractions were done. A broad spectrum sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher protects the skin and prevents dark spots from forming. And if you're already healing from inflammation, staying consistent with sunscreen helps maintain an even tone and prevents long-term damage. Think of it as a shield, not just from the sun, but from future scarring. Beyond the immediate aftermath, post-care is also about supporting your skin's natural recovery process in the days that follow. Gentle serums with niacinamide, panthenol, or peptides can help strengthen the barrier and promote repair. These ingredients encourage the skin to rebuild its structure and restore balance. Avoid overloading your routine during this period. Less is more. Focus on nourishment rather than correction. Give your skin time to respond before introducing stronger actives like retinoids or exfoliating acids again, if you notice minor redness or small bumps after extraction. Don't panic, it's the skin's natural healing response. What's important is how you respond to it. Applying ice packs, using hydrating masks, or simply letting the skin rest can make a big difference. And remember, healing isn't always instant. Your skin works on its own timeline, repairing itself quietly beneath the surface even when you don't see it. Consistency with gentle care will always win over aggressive shortcuts. One more important point that often goes unnoticed is sleep. Post-extraction, your body's repair mechanisms are in full swing, and quality rest amplifies the process. During sleep, your skin increases collagen production and cellular turnover, both crucial for healing. That's why a good night's sleep after deep cleansing or treatment often results in visibly calmer, smoother skin by morning. Hydration, rest, and patience are a trio that can't be replaced by any product. Post-extraction care isn't just about preventing breakouts or soothing redness, it's about building trust with your skin. When you show that you can handle it gently, it starts to respond better over time. Your pores stay clearer for longer, inflammation becomes less frequent, and that healthy, balanced glow starts to last instead of fading after a day. The process doesn't end when the blackhead is gone. It continues in the way you protect and nurture your skin afterward. Every drop of hydration, every layer of calm you add is a step towards stronger, healthier skin. And that's the goal, not just a quick fix, but lasting clarity that feels as good as it looks. Because true cleansing doesn't end at extraction. It begins with how you care for your skin the moment after. Deep cleansing and extraction can do wonders for your skin, but the real secret to keeping your pores clear and your complexion healthy lies in what you do every day. Long-term prevention isn't about expensive treatments or a shelf full of products. It's about consistency, balance, and awareness. It's the small habits repeated daily that make the biggest difference over time. Because once your skin is clean and healed, the next goal is to keep it that way. It starts with a routine you can actually maintain. You don't need 10 steps or complicated regimens. What you need is a simple, effective rhythm your skin can rely on, cleansing, hydrating, protecting, and nourishing. When your skin knows what to expect, it stays balanced. It stops overproducing oil, stops reacting to harsh changes, and starts functioning the way it's meant to. The biggest mistake people make is constantly switching products, chasing quick results. Skin doesn't need constant surprises, it needs stability. When you stick with what works and give your skin time to adjust, that's when you see real transformation. Cleansing remains the foundation. Even on days when you don't wear makeup or go outside much, oil and dead skin still build up. Washing your face twice daily with a gentle cleanser prevents that accumulation without stripping the barrier. Over-cleansing is just as bad as under-cleansing. When your skin feels tight or dry after washing, it's a sign you've gone too far. Your skin should feel refreshed, not raw. Think of it like caring for a delicate fabric. Too much scrubbing wears it down, but regular gentle care keeps it strong and smooth. Exfoliation is another key to prevention, but moderation is everything. 2 or 3 times a week is enough for most skin types. Using mild chemical exfoliants like salicylic acid or lactic acid keeps the pores clear without irritating them. When you exfoliate gently and consistently, blackheads don't have the chance to form in the first place. But if you overdo it, the skin becomes dry, sensitive, and more prone to breakouts. The exact opposite of what you want. Finding that balance between cleansing and protecting your skin barrier is what long-term skincare is really about. Hydration is often overlooked, especially by those who deal with oily or acne-prone skin, but hydrated skin is healthy skin. When your skin has enough moisture, it stays flexible, balanced, and less likely to overproduce oil. A lightweight water-based moisturizer helps maintain that equilibrium without clogging pores. Adding ingredients like hyaluronic acid or niacinamide can boost hydration and strengthen the skin's defense against bacteria and inflammation. Your moisturizer isn't just there to make your skin feel soft, it's part of what keeps your pores functioning properly day after day. Sunscreen might not seem directly related to blackheads, but it's one of the strongest tools in long-term prevention. UV exposure damages the collagen around pores, making them appear larger and less elastic. It also thickens the outer layer of the skin, which traps more oil and debris. By wearing sunscreen daily, even when it's cloudy or you're mostly indoors, you protect your skin from those invisible stressors that lead to clogged pores and uneven texture over time. Prevention isn't just about what you remove, it's also about what you protect. Diet and lifestyle play a quiet but powerful role in maintaining clear skin. What you eat, how you manage stress, how much you sleep, all of it shows up on your face. Diets high in sugar, dairy, or processed foods can trigger hormonal fluctuations that increase oil production. On the other hand, staying hydrated, eating whole foods rich in antioxidants, and getting enough sleep support your skin's natural renewal process. Stress management is just as important. When you're constantly tense, your body produces more cortisol, which can inflame the skin and worsen acne. Sometimes the best skincare routine starts not in your bathroom, but in your daily habits. And then there's consistency, the part that sounds simple but requires discipline. Clear skin doesn't come from doing things perfectly once, it comes from doing them consistently over time. Even when you don't see instant results, your skin is responding beneath the surface. Every gentle cleanse, every layer of moisturizer, every night you skip picking at a spot. It all adds up. Over weeks and months, those small choices shape the health and resilience of your skin. Long-term prevention is really about building a relationship with your skin. You learn its moods, its patterns, its limits. You notice how it changes with the seasons, how it reacts to stress, how it feels after a long day. And when you treat it with respect instead of frustration, it rewards you with balance. That's what healthy skin is: not perfect, not poreless, but calm, strong, and consistent. So even after the deep cleanses, the extractions, and the treatments, remember this: the true beauty of your skin lies in how you care for it every single day. Because lasting clarity isn't created in one moment, it's built quietly, patiently, through the choices you make again and again. Consistency isn't just a skincare habit, it's the foundation of transformation.